So guys, we really want to try and focus questions on the business of boxing here. Obviously, we have two of our young prospects here, and the great Lennox Lewis here to answer some questions, Michael Yormark and Josh Steuben. So really want to focus on that, what kind of went into building up a fight like this, and what these young guys can look forward to moving up the ranks. Thank you.
This is their first two pay-per-view fights for these two guys. How big of a goal was that for you, and was there any nerves, knowing this is your first pay-per-view fight?
Yeah, no, for my first one I was really excited, I was glad, because not too many guys make it on pay-per-view, and it's a situation where people have to pay to watch you, and after this fight you don't want to do any other fights unless it's pay-per-view or unless it's on one of the major channels like HBO, Showtime, or any other channel. So this is a great mark for you guys, and it's like the first step. And this is where you want to stay and belong. So it's always important to win, and it's always important to make a good impression. So every time you're on TV, it's like that's the world looking at you, and you have to impress them and leave them with a lasting impression.
What are your thoughts on this fight? These are the two top five pound for pound. This could be a big fight for whoever comes ahead of this on Saturday, obviously. Your thoughts on how this fight may play out?
It's interesting because both of these guys are undefeated. They're good at their craft. They take their craft very serious, and Andre's making a big move by moving up in weight class. That's a tall order, and it's always difficult for a man to move up in weight. And I can't say nobody can do it. It can be done, but special individuals are able to do that. And Andre is a special individual, and it's going to be an interesting fight for him. How he approaches it, how both of them approach it, and it's not just the boxer that's involved. It's the trainers as well. The trainers have to give the right information at the right time to encourage their boxer. Because I seen a fight the other day with Klitschko and Tyson Fury. Klitschko really allowed that fight to walk away from him. He didn't do what he was supposed to do in the early rounds to really make the fight stay close, but he allowed Tyson Fury to outbox him for those rounds. And what happened, by the time Klitschko's corner said, "Listen, you better get going," it was too late. So good advice in the corner is very needed. Good shape, patience. Both fighters have patience, but who's gonna crack first? You ever see, two boxers go out there in the first round, and it's like, who's gonna make that first move? It's a chess match. But whoever makes that first move may make the move first and connect, and that opens the door for the rest of the fight. So a lot of different factors involved in this fight. So it's a great matchup, like I said, and looking towards it. I know it's not going to end in the first round, and you're going to be seeing a lot of different styles of boxing too. It's really a style matchup, and make the best style win.
Lennox, how important are fights like this to the future of the sport? You've got two young guys coming up here, and obviously we want to grow the sport. So how important is it to have two top guys in their prime fighting each other right now?
It is very important. We want to see good fights. We want to see good competition, and good fighters want good fights. We've seen a lot of different fights with fighters where they've basically cakewalk through the fight. The opponent has given them no problems. It was really just an easy fight for them. The fans don't want to really see that. They want to see a good competitive fight. Everybody wants to see that. Even I want to see a good competitive fight. So it's important for the young kids to see that as well. They can't expect it to be easy all the way. They have to know it's going to be hard and lonely to reach the top.
Is it difficult to find that balance between pleasing the fans and fighting your fight?
No, I mean, boxing's the truest sport in the world. When I say the truest, the realest sport in the world. In boxing, you can see if a man has been doing his road work. You can see if a man's scared. You can see if a man gets hurt. You can see if a man's tired. So the public, when they watch you fight, they're not stupid. They know what they're watching. So you can't fool them that much.
As a fighter, is it equally as difficult to find a balance between finding that great fight, finding that challenge versus, maybe taking a money fight that might be worth the same amount, but maybe not as big?
I don't know. My mindset was, I'm not chasing the money. I'm chasing the glory, because at the end of the day, they're not going to write in the history books how much money you made. They're going to write what you've accomplished, and that should be the most important thing for any athlete if they want to reach the top and be remembered.
What are those accomplishments, though? Is it just collecting belts? Is it unifying the division?
It's one step at a time, one goal at a time. First goal was to box pay-per-view. I've accomplished that. Now the next goal is to box again. Next get belts, beat the top guy. But it's a process. One goal at a time.
How was it, Lennox, the first time you're featured on pay-per-view? What could we think we could see these guys going through mentally coming into their first pay-per-view?
Both of them are professionals at what they do. They take their job very seriously, and they're coming in to win. They're coming in to perform, and they've got their own strategies. They're deep in their minds right now in what they're going to do in the ring. So that's what would be going through my mind right now. Going through all the defenses, all the things I need to be concerned about. My trainer's going to be there. He's going to be close to me, and we're going to be, conversing together and going over strategy. So that's the only thing that could be going through these guys' mind right now. They're not thinking about no woman. They're not thinking about their cars or anything like that. They're thinking about the fight, how much it means, and the fact that they want to win.
What kind of advice would you give to Andre and Sergey?
To go out there and have fun. It's all about going out there and being relaxed. The person that's the most relaxed, gets off a lot better, especially in boxing. It's difficult to teach somebody to relax, difficult to teach somebody about patience, and both of them have to do that. Both of them, it's not only physical war, it's a mental war.
Did you say your prediction yet?
Huh?
You have a prediction?
You never heard my prediction, man? Come on, man.
What's your prediction for the fight?
Well, I'm leaning to Andre Ward because he's the boogeyman in there. Nobody's really seen too much of him in the ring, and they may take him a bit lightly, but he's been saving all that energy for a big fight like this.
Is it like a type of fight that'll have a sequel or maybe even be a trilogy?
Maybe.
I mean, do you think it'll be that close, or do you think that Andre's gonna be dominant?
They both have different styles, and it's two styles I've never seen before. And to me, I'm excited about seeing that. Both of them actually, the first round. I know they're not going to attack each other. It's going to be more of a boxing chess match, but it's really who's going to make that first attack. Who's not going to have that patience. Who has that patience. It's not just a go out there free for all. It's going to be an intelligent fight. It's going to be waged not only in the ring but from the corners as well. The second man in the ring, which is the trainer, is going to be watching from the outside, and the information that he gives him in the corner is important. Both of them.
This fight goes to the cards. Do you expect the judges to play a huge role in it? Do you expect the performances to just...
If it goes to the cards, the judges always play a role in that. That's their role. I don't know.
Who they would favor.
I don't know who they're going to favor. I don't know who they picked for the judging. And I know, everybody will have a point of view on who won and how the fight should have been done. But we're at a great advantage. We're able to sit back and watch the fight from the background and not listen to anybody's opinion but our own.
From your experience in the background you had it in facing punchers in your weight class, what's something that we wouldn't know when it comes to a fighter when he approaches a guy that's known for a big punch and is a puncher?
Sometimes, if you approach a guy that's a puncher, you want to sometimes get inside and not allow him to use that long reach of his. If he has to shorten his punches, then the power is not really there. Some guys can generate punches, power from a long distance, and when it reaches a target, the power is there already. So, like I said, remember, styles make fights. This is a style fight right now, and it's who has the better strategy going in. Kovalev may say, okay, I'm going to keep this fight at the distance, but Andre may say, boy, I'm not allowing you to keep this fight at a distance. I'm going to come in at you. I'm going to keep this fight close, and anytime you throw a punch, I may throw a punch. So, he may come that way. Kovalev may say, okay, well, I'm not letting you close. I'm just staying on the outside and boxing. That may be detrimental for him because, Andre may steal the fight by points, or it may be the other way around. We're not going to know that until we actually see that. But I believe that, both are smart fighters. Andre has a lot more to deal with because of the weight, but I think he's a special individual, and I think, he's looking good in this fight.